Hello, my name is Steph, and I know that you have a drink problem. Your problem is storing bottles like these in because drinks bottles such as beers, alcopops and many others are too tall or too unstable to stand on domestic fridge racks. When you lay them down and stack them, the stack inevitably collapses and wreaks havoc in the fridge. RAKASTAKA is the solution to your problem. As simple as the paperclip, RAKASTAKA is a bottle holder and stacking device. With RAKASTAKA, you can maximise fridge space, stop your bottles from rolling around, have no more collapsing stacks, and get more beer in the fridge. Win, win, win. So, Dragons, I invite your investment of £100,000 and hopefully your expertise. Thank you for listening. And I've just got one pack, if I could ask to hand it round. Thank you. Thanks very much.
Steph needs investment to launch his problem-solving stacking system. All he has to do now is convince the Dragons to part with their cash.
Steph, tell us about yourself. You're obviously working doing something else at the moment.
Yes, I am. I work around London. I'm a licensed private hire driver, and I put in a lot of hours driving just to meet my bills and commitments and the personal investment that I've put into RAKASTAKA. And so I put in a lot of hours.
Right, so what gave you the idea?
We had people coming over, and my wife had made this beautiful dessert. I'd stacked up the beers. They were propped up with a carton of milk. Next to it was her dessert. It was a pavlova. I took the milk out of the fridge stupidly without thinking about my beers. They collapsed and ruined her dessert.
So you decided, I'm not having this.
Yeah, I thought there must be a solution to this problem.
And you did Stacker or RAKASTAKA.
Yeah.
Steph?
Yes.
When that's in the fridge like that, can you take a beer out of the middle for me?
Well, it's not exactly designed to do that, but you can, because the idea with a drinks system like this is that you are stacking beers, or that's because there wasn't a RAKASTAKA on that particular point, so it's filled in the gap.
You could still have the pavlova crushing incident though, couldn't you?
You wouldn't, because as you saw then, the stack didn't collapse. You see, you take your beers like that. You know, do you want a beer? Yeah, sure. Who's having beer? Yeah, I'm having beers, you know.
Steph is trying hard to sell the concept of the RAKASTAKA, but Peter Jones can't see it in his home.
If you had food in your fridge,
Yes.
because I do this myself, that's
Yes.
one of the reasons why I know, is the fact that maybe it's different with Budweiser, but I have Budweiser and I've got 3 on the bottom,
Yeah.
and I've got food one side and I've got the side of the fridge.
Yes, exactly.
So I put the 3 and then I can put 1 on 2 and I can build a little triangle of beer.
Oh, you can.
Without the need of a RAKASTAKA at all. Now, what I'm trying to get to is
Yes.
the fact that I don't actually really buy into it. Basically, for me, I'm not going to invest, Steph, and
Okay.
it just doesn't stack up for me.
It's a bad start for Steph. Peter Jones is convinced he can solve his beer storage problems without the help of a RAKASTAKA, so he's out. Theo Pafitis has different concerns.
Did you go through a patent lawyer?
I've gone through a patent lawyer, yes.
And was his advice that this would stand up to scrutiny?
Well, yes, if it goes in with drinks packaging and forms, a stacking kit with the bottles, then that's a very patentable position to be, a very patentable claim.
On its own?
On its own, yes.
It's not patentable, is that what you're saying?
No, it is patentable on its own, it's just that the claims are weaker.
Steph, I've got one of these in my house.
Have you got a RAKASTAKA?
No, I've got one of these in my house, but it's different from this.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, it's designed to keep the bottles together and there's 3 bottles on it. The difference is, it's for wine bottles, red wine bottles, and it's made of metal. So it's a bit bigger.
Oh, yes.
So it's not exactly the same as this, but I think the person who does that, if they patent it, could maybe challenge your patent. So I'm worried about the patent as well. But my big question is, have you been to the breweries with it?
I've been to see a big British brewer.
One?
Well, yes, exactly.
Why?
because this is what I find is the hardest part, is actually getting my foot in the door, and what you need the time to develop it, you know, to find out who the brand manager is. And
loads and loads and loads of reps, and you can say to the reps, look, I've got a product here. When you put your bottles in the case, you can stick this in to keep the bottles in position.
Yeah.
And it will increase your sales because people will put more in their fridges and they'll drink more. And you can put your name on it.
Yeah.
I can do it as a giveaway. I see the giveaway as the main market for you. But
I think you're
to brewers
probably
as a giveaway.
right.
But you haven't really explored that market.
It hasn't been explored or exploited yet.
Okay, I think you've done well to produce the product that you've produced, but I don't think it's something that you can roll out and expand into this very, very competitive business. So for that reason, I'm not investing.
It's not looking good for Steph. With Peter Jones and Duncan Bannatyne already out, he needs to persuade the rest of the Dragons that he's got what it takes to get his product into the mass market.
Steph.
Yes.
It seems like an obviously useful gizmo.
This is exactly what I think.
And it needs broad distribution through Europe and US. So how do you get from where you are to there? What's sort of the plan of action here?
Right. My plan of action is to develop the UK market initially. Then maybe I could license the product for others to manufacture and pay a royalty. This royalty situation is something that's already arising because a particular beer brand are saying, we want to make this, please give us a price that you're thinking of for a royalty. And they're talking about starting off with 150,000 RAKASTAKAs.
Incredibly, Steph's only just mentioned his plans to license the idea in return for a royalty. With one company already interested, the business suddenly looks promising.
So have you thought through what the implications
of
that might
and
be?
what the discussion so far has ended with me saying, thank you very much, I'd like 15 pence per RAKASTAKA.
And what did they say?
They said, well, for this amount it seems fine, but you know, for larger amounts it'd have to come down. And I asked him to explain what larger amounts might be, and they said, well, for example, there's one device which we patented and we've done 35 million units. They also said, we did for Christmas this year, UK alone, we did a promotion for an Irish creamy alcoholic drink, and this gift pack, they did 875,000 units for Christmas this year, just gone. So the drinks promotions market and the branded market is huge.
And you know, you don't only need one of those deals.
Yes, only one of those deals, and you're bringing in a huge amount of money.
I mean, there's people driving around in Rolls Royces that have been bought just off the back of one on-pack promotion that they've won.
Well, that's good. That's all I can say.
Do you not understand what I'm saying here?
I understand exactly what you're saying. You're saying that's where I should be devoting my energies, that's where it should be pushed.
One royalty deal of 35 million units could make Steph millions of pounds. But with no firm contracts and the patents in question, an investment of £100,000 is still a big risk.
Steph, I'll tell you where I am.
Yes.
You may very well have a hit on your hands, but it's impossible for me to tell. So some of these things fly, some don't.
Yes.
So too far for me.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you for your time.
Doug Richard is not prepared to stake his money on Steph's business. But Theo Pafitis, with his experience in product marketing, has seen an opportunity.
Steph, I'm very interested.
Yes.
If I decided I wanted the beer so badly that I was going to write a cheque for 100,000 quid here today, apart from the beer, what else are you going to give me back?
I'm saying for 100,000, I'm granting 20%.
That 20%, how negotiable is that?
Well, it isn't really. If I was in front of you 6 or 7 months ago, it would be very negotiable. But with the position that I've reached so far and the potential that is literally around the corner, I'm thinking that that's pretty fair.
Ya regresa Dragon's Den, presentado